Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 5, Episode 9. It is Saturday morning, and I am actually going to the casino this morning. I want to go take a lap of this casino. I'm not going to get a chance to go there tomorrow, so I thought, hey, might as well go take a lap, see what's going on, maybe make a little bit of money, head back home. I got a lot of stuff going on at home right now I got to keep up with. I got all those credit cards I've been making purchases on. I want to make at least one purchase on each card every year to keep it alive. So I got to organize those. I think I'm just about done. There might be one or two that I don't know where they are. I need to get bills paid. I need to go through the mail and all that stuff. I got some checks I need to deposit. All kinds of other things. Start working on taxes. I got a couple sinks that are clogged because I have people with long hair in my house, and they claim that it's not hair, but it's always hair, and they claim that nothing ever goes down there, but it always goes down there. Mine's always clean, and theirs is always clogged. So I'll go through there, and one of my daughters is one of my helpers. When we do that, we get that all cleaned out, and before I left home, I gave everybody tasks to do. I texted. We have like a family group text. I got everybody some tasks to do, and hopefully those get done in the next few hours. Today it is 46 degrees outside. There's a light rain, not too bad. The ground's not that wet yet. So hopefully we have a positive morning this morning. I want to update my spreadsheets again because I've been doing some online stuff as well. 3 different online things that I've made some money on this week. Just want to update the numbers so they're just right. I just don't want them to be way off when we cross 1,000. So, or I'm sorry, 1,000,000 or 1,000, either one. I don't want it to be off ever. So, yeah, we're gonna head out to the casino right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back, and it went okay. Actually, not too bad for a Saturday morning. You wouldn't expect a lot. A few things happened while I was in there. Let's get our pictures up here so we can recall what happened. Oh, that was an awful picture. Awful picture. I cut that off. Anyway, got there, and before I looked at the first machine, I saw our buddy. Who is the guy who, if you remember, I hadn't seen him for a while actually. He's the guy that had all the girlfriends, and he'd always ask them all for money, and you know, all that stuff. That crazy guy. I saw him there, and he was playing a non-play. I'm like, you know, that's not a play. He's like, what do you mean that's not a play? Look at this. Look at this. I'm like, no, that's not a play. But I talked to him for a minute. I had a voucher for like 57 cents to a casino I don't go to anymore, and I know he goes there, and that's the one with like massive Chinese influence in there, non-stop 24 hours. So I gave him that voucher, and started walking around, found a machine. I think it's cut off on the bottom here, but I believe it was $1.20 a spin. It might be $1.80. And I played that and ended up losing about $20 on that one. And then nothing for a long time, and then found a play at a little over $4 a spin, and that one hit very nicely. When I got up from that one, I was ahead approximately $700, and after that, there really wasn't much going on. I ended up finally leaving ahead $763, so $763. That's pretty nice. And as I was leaving, I saw an AP. If you recall, this guy, the one day when I had that big play, it was like $6 a spin, and I was down 1,200, and it paid like $11.96. And he was there, and he's like, you know, that's still a play. I'm like, I don't think that's a play anymore. And I called my friend who was out of town, and he's like, yeah, that's a play. So I played it and ended up getting crushed on that one. I saw that guy, and he's like, well, anything going on? I'm like, not really. There's a machine there that somebody locked, but I think it should be unlocking pretty soon. You might want to check that. These two machines I wasn't able to get to yet. If you want to look at them, oh, that game's no good. Okay, well, don't check it. And then these two over here I didn't get to because someone's been sitting on those. Oh, I don't like that game either. I'm like, okay, well, don't check it. I'm just trying to help you out. Talked to him for a second and ended up cashing out and getting out of there, plus $763. So that's helping our cause. We're getting closer, inching closer, and I really feel like the over-under is going to be Wednesday on this. I mean, it's possible Monday or Tuesday, but most likely Wednesday we'll get over that hump. And it's really kind of heartbreaking because I had that $7,400 loss a couple of weeks ago. I would have been over it already, and I would have been over it by the end of the year, I believe. No, I still would have been under, but early, like last week, I would have been over. But what are you going to do? So right now we are going to head toward home. Going to stop by the pharmacy, get some stuff for a few people, and yeah, go from there. So I'm not sure if I'll do anything else today. Next time you hear my voice, it will probably be Sunday. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. It is Sunday afternoon, and you know what? Today could be the day. This could be the day that it all happens. I added the money that I made yesterday, and I added the money that I'm ahead in my sports betting accounts, which includes a couple bad decisions that I made, but I made them and I fessed up to them, so I take credit for the bad decisions and the losses I made on those. If you add all of that together and you add it to the total money that I've won, right now I am at $999,043. $999,043. If I make $957 today, I will be finally over $1 million. $1 million. Think about that. The casinos that are unbeatable, there's no way to beat them. Advantage Play has taught me how to go out there and beat the casinos, God willing, today for $1 million. Feeling good about that. And I think back to that $7,400 loss I took last month and think, I could have already been past this point, but we made it back and we're beyond that. And today, hopefully, will be the day. So I'll let you know how it goes. Today is not a very nice day, though. Today is Sunday. It is after 2 in the afternoon. Woke up this morning to the ice rink that was the roads outside. Total ice everywhere, no roads cleaned, and temperature today is going to be hanging between 28 and 30 degrees all day in my area and in the areas that I'm going to be visiting today. So got to be on alert, be careful, look for water that's frozen places, and it can happen a lot, especially around turns and stuff. Water could have settled, there could be ice there. So we're going to try to be careful today and hopefully have a safe trip and a prosperous trip. And if we don't hit the million today, then maybe we will tomorrow. I'm not going to stress out over it, but I'm going to make a good effort to get there. And I'm just thinking, if I do get there today, what do? Do I stop like in the middle of playing blackjack and say, hold on a minute and take a picture? Do I have them take a picture for me? What do I do? So I'm considering that. I'm actually considering stopping in the middle of the hand, and especially if I have like a 20 against a 7 with a high count or something, and saying, hold on a minute, and then get my phone out, take a picture of the hand, and then let them finish the hand. I don't know. So feeling good today, and hopefully we'll have a safe trip. We have enough fuel to get to our first casino, but we're going to stop before that one. We'll have like over 100 miles range when we stop, but we're going to stop at a good gas station, good prices, and get some fuel, and then we won't need any more fuel the rest of the day. So yeah, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be almost a full overnight today, and our goal is to make at least $1,000 or more. Shouldn't be a problem, but should never get too cocky, because when you do, bad things happen. But we're going to take things one step at a time. We're not going to push it. If we don't get there, we don't get there, and we're not going to get devastated trying to win that money. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back, and right now I am about 35 miles away from my first stop. It's been a long road, but the weather is good. The sun is out now, and although they said the temperature wasn't going to get up that high, according to my car, which I believe is right, it says that it's 36 degrees outside, so don't have to worry about slipping and sliding. The roads are actually dry, and actually right now, looking at the Weather Channel, it's 34 outside, feels like 24, so not bad at all. We can handle that. And there's some bad weather going to be coming in later on, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Let's worry about what we're doing at the moment. So we're going to get to this casino. We're going to go in, we're going to look at slots first. We might do a little bit of blackjack, but what we're waiting for is the shift to change, and then we're going to try to hit them for blackjack again with people that we don't know. Now, I was thinking, maybe I should do something special for this episode, just in case we go over $1 million on this one. And I was gonna, we got that 3D printer for Christmas, and I thought about maybe like printing off like a gold colored like dollar necklace or something like that, but I didn't have what I needed for that. And then I thought about this other thing that I did. I don't know if I should, I guess I could mention it, because how many people are gonna even know me at the casino? I mean, what's my listenership on this thing anyway? 1,500? Yeah, I guess I'll tell you. I printed off a pair of censored sunglasses. So it looks like glasses, but it looks like your eyes have been censored. Like on the internet or on TV, you see like a rectangle over your eyes. That's what these glasses are. They're a rectangle that's black over your eyes. It looks so cool. I love it, and I think I may mess with it a little bit. I don't want to get in trouble wearing it in the casino and then having them think I'm trying to do something like, we would never try to card count or, do any kind of advantage play. No, not us. But I may wear it for a little while in there. I think it would be kind of funny to walk around with that for a minute, so probably going to do that. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling all right. I'm still trying to get used to this car and the seats. They're nice leather seats and everything, but they're a little bit stiff. I don't know if that's going to loosen up a little bit, or if I should get something to cover them or what. I'd hate to cover up leather, but it's not very comfortable for me. So anyway, I'll be back. Guys, we did it. We made it. We finally got it. We worked hard for it. We never gave up. We never gave up. We got down, but we were never out. And we got it, my friends. We got it. We got it. $1 million. $1 million. $1 million. We never gave up. We never gave in. We were told to leave. We were escorted out. The police were involved, but we never stopped. We got so close and we were torn down, but we never stopped going for it. And now we can celebrate, even if it's only for a few brief minutes. Thank you to everyone who stood with me, who told me to keep my chin up when things were down, who told me not to give up when I was kicked out of all those places. I appreciate all of you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to work together with you, and we can all prosper together. Thank you so much to everyone who was with me along the way. All right, guys, I am here. I am back, and that was fun, actually. What a session that I had in there. What a session. I actually prayed in the middle of that session. You know what they say, the difference between praying in a church and praying in a casino? when you pray in a casino, you really mean it? No, I always mean it. But I actually prayed in the middle of that session. I walked into that casino, and there were so many advantage players, so many. They were everywhere, and none of them were being discreet about it. It was so obvious who was what. People I had never seen before. I'm like, watch this. He's going to stop by that machine. Yep. He's going to stop by that one. Yep. And that guy is too. Right behind him. 14 seconds behind him, the other guy checks the machine. And I walked in. I saw a friend of mine. I talked to him for a minute, and he said, man, it's been so bad. He said he's been in there for hours and hours and only had 2 or 3 plays the whole time. And he was actually playing an okay play, not a great play. And it was a low denomination too, so it wasn't even going to make a bunch of money for him or anything like that. But I got in. I bought in for $500, started playing, and I was down 500 within 5 minutes. I was down 1,000 within 10 minutes. I was down 1,500 within 15 and a half minutes. I don't know. I was down really quick, and then I was in for 2,000. And I worked my way back, and I was only down like 750. And the dealer was actually having a problem with her shoulder. Big problem with her shoulder. She was having a hard time dealing. It was her right shoulder. So that's the one that she's using to pick up the cards and put them in a discard tray. And the count was negative, and she was starting to slow down. I picked up and switched to another table. Meanwhile, at that time, in that area, there was some commotion going on. It was so busy, and someone was either betting huge or they were watching someone or something, that all the pit bosses in the 3 or 4 different pits in that area were all watching this one area. None of them were looking at me. And I picked up and I took my chips over to this other place. I never colored up at all. So I had $12.50 in chips in front of me. I walk over there. I put 200 in my pocket, and then I stacked the other $10.50 in 2 stacks of 400 with $2.50 on top. So it looked like $12.50 if you were looking at it from far away. It still looked like the same amount of money, right? I sit down, I start playing, and I'm losing right away on this one too. It's horrendous. And I lose that money, and I end up buying in for 500 more, and then eventually another 500, and things were just going bad. Everything was like the inverse of what it should have been. Big cards are supposed to come, it was a little card. Little cards are supposed to come, it's a big card. At one point, things turned around a little bit. I had a hand that was a pair of 6s, I believe against a 6. And I split it to 4 hands, doubled 2 of them. And I was nervous because the count wasn't that high, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And she ended up breaking on it. She had a 10 underneath and got like an 8 and broke, and I got paid. And that kind of put me on the right route to get back up again. And so now we're closing in on the end of the shoe, and it was basically that hand, and there was going to be one more hand left. The count was a little bit high. I raised my bet a little bit. I had like 250 out there, and I get a blackjack, and then the last card is dealt before the end of the hand, and so it's the end of the shoe, and I was ahead at that point. The count had shot up and leveled off and was starting to come down, and this guy comes to the table when I had like half a deck left, and he wants to sit down. I said, brother, can you just wait just for like a minute? I said, there's probably 1 or 2 hands left. I knew there was half a deck left, but I'm like, just give me a minute. And he did, and it was actually like win, 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 lose, win, win at the end of that shoe. And I colored up, and I was in for 3,000, and I colored up 38.50. And remember, I had 200 in my pocket, so that's 4,050, which means I was ahead $1,050, and I needed to be ahead like 957, something like that. So I got over the $1 million mark, and it was a blackjack. I had a $250 blackjack out there. I actually took a picture. I said, hold on just a second. And I reached in my pocket, took my phone out. I had already dimmed it before I started playing because I suspected that this could be the session. and I already had it dimmed, so I turned it on and I took the picture. And actually, it's kind of fuzzy, but you can see all the cards and what they are. Um, I guess it's fuzzy far away. It's zoomed in. It's um, we focused in on the chips and the stuff in the front, and you can't even really see all my chips. You can see like 2,500 worth of chips there. Um, but I was so excited, and I got up and I said to the pit boss, "Well, I only lost 150. I'm in good shape. I'm getting out of here." And I got up and left. And he's like, "Yeah, you got pretty close." And he probably put me in for another 1,000. But I noticed that they did not put me in the system, so that they didn't know who I was. But it was a combination of the pit bosses not looking and decent cards at the end there. And middle of that shoe, I just paused for a second. I said, "God, please let me get out of this one in good shape." I've already said on the podcast that this could be the day, and I'm going to have to go tell them that I lost $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000. Let's not let this happen. But I actually said, God, please help me pull out of this one and get ahead, and he did. And between then and the end of the shoe was like the best part of the whole day up until that point. So. Happy about that. I'm excited about it, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm just really, really, really happy that things turned out well. Now, there were some weird things that were going on in that casino when I was in there. For one thing, there's this real weird security guy, skinny guy. He's walking around like he's 500 pounds. His arms swinging around and stuff like that, like he's a big guy or something. And he was all over the place, and everywhere I would go, he's walking around. So I don't know what he was looking for, but at the end there, when I was leaving, he was talking to the security guards as I was leaving. I don't know who they were talking about, but I just saw him everywhere I went, so I thought that was interesting. Tables were packed, absolutely packed. I don't know what was going on, but the tables were jam-packed. People were standing behind people waiting, and luckily I got a table in the middle of nowhere, away from everybody, and had some good things happen. But man, it was so much commotion going on in that room, and that's really what helped me out, because nobody was paying attention to me. It was like I was nobody. And I noticed some people were playing baccarat, and they were playing 1,500, 3,500, 4,000, 100 on the side bets and stuff like that. And you know how those games are. I mean, people get addicted to those games because they see the big wins, because you're getting the 20 to 1, 40 to 1, whatever it might be, 50 to 1, 200 to 1 in some places. And people see that and they're like, "Oh, that's going to save my day, my week, my month, whatever. All I got to do is put a quarter on it, put 100 on it, whatever, put 10 on it, and it's going to pay $2,000, And people get so excited, and then you hear people cheering when there's a big win like that. And I think, it's hard to get away from that game when you see people doing that and, seemingly almost out and then getting 20,000 on a $100 bet. But anyway, it's time for the shift change. I was at that table, or those tables, for an hour and 20 minutes overall. My low for the session was minus 2,500. My high for the session was plus 1050. And I left plus 1050 right at the end of that shoe. So, all right. Now, I think we're going to go to a casino that we're banned from. Well, why not? Let's go in there. Let's walk around and see what we can do. Maybe we can pick up a few bucks, and then I may come back here again and try to play blackjack with the next shift. So that's what's going on right now. Hopefully we don't fall behind below the $1 million mark, but if we do, it doesn't matter. We already reached it. We got there, and I feel good about it. And now there's nothing more as far as a goal in that sense. And now it's a matter of doing my best every day and not stressing about it. So, I thought I was going to get there episode 900. I thought I was going to get there at the end of 2025. And then I kind of gave up, and I said, I'm not going to get it today. I'm probably not going to get it till Wednesday, and it came. So very thankful about it. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So I went into this place, no issue at all. Walked right in, played. And actually, for a minute there, I wished that I hadn't come, honestly, because it was that bad there for a little while. I only played slots, and I was ahead about $46. I was getting ready to leave, and then I stop at this one other machine and start playing, and just got smacked in the face. And it was awful. My briquettes were on the fire, if you know what I mean, and I was sweating pretty bad. But what happened here? What is that? Why did it beep? Anyway, I think actually this car will beep if I have the phone close to my face, because it doesn't see both my eyes and it thinks I went to sleep. I don't know. Anyway, I ended up coming back and leaving ahead $111, so plus $111. And when I came to this place, I concealed my license plate, and just for fun, when I came in through the parking garage, I put those glasses on with the bar across my eyes. It was like censored, in case there were any cameras there. I wasn't doing it to avoid anything. The license plate would do the job for me, but I just thought that was funny. In case somebody was watching, they see this bar across my face. But right now, I kind of want to stop to eat, but I think I'm going to move on to another casino, see what we can do there. Love to pick up another 200 or 300. Really love to pick up another 2,000 or 3,000, and get to the point where we don't have to stress about going below our big milestone. But let's see what happens here. Let's move on to another spot, and we're going to play some blackjack, maybe some slots, depending on how things go. And I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back, and that was very, I don't know what the word is, exciting? I don't know what better word, turbulent experience. Lots of ups and downs, ran into a couple more advantage players, and again, hearing the same story. Why are there so many people in here? Well, because there's so many people in here. There's a big area, and there's a lot of people that do this, and you told your friends, and they're doing it too. So, let's see. I had a short session of blackjack. I was in there about almost 2 hours. I had a short session of blackjack, ended ahead $75, and then a lot of slots, a lot of back and forth, a lot of ups and downs. I was down between 300 and 500 for about 45 minutes, looking, can't find anything, and then finally was able to get over the hump, but I was ready to leave. I actually talked to a guy. I told him I was down like 307 or something like that, 297, somewhere in there, and I said, I'm about to leave because there's nothing here. And he's like, yeah, man, you got to live to fight another day. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm down, but, actually, if I was down that much, it would have put me below, I think. I don't know. Anyway, he was telling me that the other day he saw a guy that had been in the casino for 2 days without sleep. And the guy was freaking out. He was down $20,000, and he was freaking out, trying to get it back. And this guy was trying to, tell him, just get out of here. What are you doing? You're not making good decisions by being here this long. It doesn't make things any better for you. And that's true. At a certain point, you're kind of working against yourself. Number one, if you do what we do, then there's not going to be any plays, and then you're wasting time waiting for plays to develop, unless you have nothing else to do, or you're stuck in an area, or you're staying there overnight. Then you can go up to the room for a while, come back down. But if you're just sitting around, especially if it's a medium or smaller casino, this is a bigger one, but if it's a smaller one, you're just wasting time trying to make something happen, and your dollars per hour is getting lower and lower and lower. So anyway, like I said, I didn't say, slots wise, I ended down 74. Blackjack, I ended up 75. So I ended up making $1, actually like $1.31 to be exact, while I was in there. And there was a lot of action, a lot of up and down, but nothing going forward. And there was a borderline play there at the end. It was only like 80 cents or something, and I'm like, I'm not getting involved in this, borderline, and then I'm going to make a few dollars or lose 20 or 30. This doesn't make sense. So, yeah. So right now, we're going to head to get something to eat, and this place is closing and by the time we get there, it'll be 7 minutes before they close. So we're going to try to get there, get a snick and snack to eat here, and then we'll figure out what to do. I'm half considering going to another casino that I'm not supposed to go to. Now, I've only given this one about 3 months, and it was this shift on this day that backed me off. But I'm still considering going there. I have a different car. I got a temporary license plate. I can put the magnet over that and really have no license plate and maybe have a shot at it. I mean, it would be slots, though. I mean, I don't know how much I would get out of it. What's my EV there? Probably $75 maybe. I mean, it's on the way, but I got to think it through. So right now, let's go get some food, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back, and I did not stop at that other casino. Various reasons why I decided not to stop there, and so I'm going to continue on. We're going to continue toward home. We can do some segments if you like. Well, I guess we're going to do some segments. What did you eat today, MW? Today my wife actually made lasagna. And as you know, I've been on a diet for almost a year. I took some time off for Christmas and stuff, and I'm halfway back on the diet, but not quite. But I did have some lasagna today. It was pretty good. Give it like a 10 on a scale of 2 through 8. Not bad. My stomach's really not used to pasta. I love spaghetti, pasta, all that kind of stuff. And what did you tip today, MW? I mean, you reached your milestone. You reached $1 million. For goodness sake, $1 million won. Obviously, you tipped. How much did you tip the dealer that dealt you the hand that was a blackjack that put you over $1 million lifetime winnings as an advantage player? And the answer is $0. $0 tipped today. And what did you learn today, MW? Well, other than continuing to say persistence beats resistance, you know, it's been a tough journey, and I've been really uptight about it lately, and I've been upset a lot lately. I've been worried. I've had my ups and downs, and the future is a little questionable right now because I'm down to almost nowhere to go. I am starting to open things back up again, going back into casinos that I was banned from, and it seems like that's working out for now. We'll see how long that lasts. But, you know, the future is still really uncertain, and so, you know, I guess learning to deal with that uncertainty is what I learned today, and what I continue to learn. I do want to mention one other thing. You know, we've got this kitchen that we're putting in right now. We're going to have to do a whole lot of stuff to get that ready. That's going to be ready any day now. I'm going to be traveling for Advantage Play, obviously. And you know, one of my boys came up to me today and said, I thought we were going to do something for spring break. What are we going to do? And it's been a long time since my kids actually wanted to do something. So we're going to do it. And I'm going to look into it tomorrow, but I'm leaning toward, you know, I was thinking about Ireland. I was thinking about Greece and Italy. Japan will be later. And I was thinking about Spain as well. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to attempt to do Greece and Italy. And I would love to take my mom with us. I don't think it's going to work out because she has some other stuff planned around that time. But maybe the next trip, or maybe on a cruise with us or something. I'm not really positive, but I'd like to include her if possible. You know, she did mention that she'd love to go to Greece or Italy when my son brought it up in front of her today. So, you know, maybe we can look forward to maybe going to the beach together or something like that, like we did, whatever it was, a year and a half ago when we went to Canada. So, yeah, so I guess that's my announcement. We're probably going to go to Italy and Greece probably in April is what I'm thinking. Spring break is in March, but prices are kind of high, and when you're taking a large group of people with you, I mean, lots of times you can't all fit into one car. That's how many people we have to take. So, it's a tight squeeze in a van, or you have to take two cars sometimes. So, you have to be very mindful of the pricing. So, it looks like from here we can get a flight to Rome for between 500 and 650 round trip if we go in April. And I think I can't say no to that. I think that's too good of a deal to say no to. So I'll try to do some planning tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be in the office. We're going to be working hard, be team players and all that. We're going to duck out to do a little bit of gambling and then get back in time to continue working hard and making it a big effort to help the team out. But right now I'm going to head home, going to relax and get ready for tomorrow and just enjoy today. And tomorrow might bring a loss and might bring us below $1 million, but like I said, what's done is done. We did accomplish it. Whatever happens from here on is gravy, and I'm really very thankful. I do want to just briefly say, thanks to God and to my family, to my wife. I have a great wife. I have great kids. I have a supportive family. My kids don't know what I do, but they know that I work a lot. I work at night. I work on weekends, and all that kind of stuff. And they're very supportive of me. They see now, they're old enough to understand the things that I provide for the family, as well as other people that I provide for that are not in my family. And although that might be difficult for my family to deal with sometimes, that I take care of other people and help people and all that. My dad was the same way, and believe me, it's you have to do the right thing in life. But I'm very thankful to my family for everything that they've put up with so far, and I'm going to continue to put up with as things are going to get tougher and tougher, and I'll be traveling more. And thanks to God, I mean, in the middle of that blackjack session, things were going so horrendous, and I said a quick prayer in the middle of that shoe, and all of a sudden the count skyrocketed, and we got to our goal. And just as the shoe was ending, we got a blackjack, put us over our goal to get to $1 million. At the same time, someone else came to the table and wanted to sit down and play, and I'm just very, very thankful. So for now, I'm going to let you go. We'll catch up tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.